We've got a beautiful one that's come online today, actually. We've got this barn owl nest that you can see there, and this one's really special because it's the first time we've actually done a barn owl nest in colour before. So normally, if you've watched Springwatch in the past, you'd be forgiven for thinking that barn owls are black and white, but here we can really see the beautiful colours on this one.
OK, we've got two owls there, of course. Does that now mean that we can sex them? We can tell the female from the male by the plumage, not just the behaviour?
Yeah, so we can see. What we're generally looking for is how spotty, how marked the female is on her front. And this one, she's not a particularly marked bird, but we can see that she's carrying some of those markings when she gets up. But she's currently sat on what are right now hatching chicks. We've got three chicks and 2 eggs under there at the moment.
Fantastic. Well, we'll be sure to see more of those. That's fantastic. Top work, guys. In colour for the first time. Absolutely sensational stuff. Despite the inclement weather, our teams have been out and about running all of those cables, sticking those cameras into our nests. We can take a look at a few of them here now. We're going to catch up on quite a few throughout the course of the programme. But before we go any further, let's take a look at our barn owls. We're feeling a little bit smug. They're snug, we're smug. Because, look, for the first time ever on Springwatch, they are in colour. We're using a camera which we can rate at 20,000 ISO. That will mean something to photographers. It means that it's extremely sensitive in low light, so there's hardly any light in there, but we can get these colour images of a sleepy barn owl. I promise you more action will occur in colour later in the series.
It's great to see them in colour, though, because after all of these years of doing Springwatch, I thought barn owls were just black and white, because that's all we've seen them in, isn't it?
And now let's have a look. We've just seen the skull here. Let's have a look at our barn owl nest box. Now, I know we speak about them all the time, but this has to be my favourite box. We have one every year, don't we? It wouldn't be a Springwatch without a barn owl box.
No, we like the barn owls. They're good. They have a great range. Again, asynchronous hatching, which means we always get big ones and little ones, which can lead to some drama. Bear in mind that when I was a kid, seeing a barn owl was a real treat. Still is in many parts of the UK. 50% of our barn owls now nest in man-made boxes, so that's been a good conservation initiative. But the population is only stable or actually slightly...
Oh,
look, hold on,
wow.
hold on. This one's just come in. Has it got some food?
I think it... Oh,
Can't see.
it's taken a second. Get out of the way. It's in front of the camera, isn't it?
Hold on. No, it doesn't look like it. Well, if not. And that's the female. I was speaking to Jack earlier, and he said to me it's only the female that incubates and broods, so that was the male coming back in. It might have put something in the cache in the corner. We all like a cache in the corner,
I love a
we?
cache in the corner.
What have you got in your cache in the corner at the moment?
Many, many things, and probably more things by the end of this 3-week run.
Right, right.
There they all are, and I'm going to take you to the one in the middle on the left, which is the barn owl. Here we go. There's the barn owl, having a good old snooze. The female's at the back on the... Well, I'm not going to tell you what she's on, because it's been a bit of a mystery, because for the last few days, all we've seen is a nice fluffy barn owl in our screen, or on our screen. But this is what we saw yesterday. As she stood up, she revealed 3 chicks, and as she lifted her leg, she gives a leg up to one of those chicks, very gently puts the leg down again, and delicately, tries to move around. She definitely doesn't want those sharp talons piercing any of her chicks. 12:45, you can see the other egg is starting to crack. She broods. A few hours later, at 4:37, she stands up, and we can see the 4th chick. So now we know that we've got 4 chicks and 1 remaining egg. Again, very delicately, she sits back down. And then when the morning came, that's our nighttime cameras that are in black and white. As Chris said yesterday, delighted to be able to have colour on our barn owls in the day. There's the egg, and there are the little chicks underneath. But it's great, Chris, isn't it, to see these chicks so small, because usually, we often have barn owls on the watches, but normally we only get our cameras up on them when they've hatched and they're a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
So to see them that tiny is really special.
And now, let's go. This is my favourite nest box. Look, like I said to Chris the other night, we have one every year, but it wouldn't be a watch without one. Let's go now live to our barn owls. Let's have a look. Oh, look, just look.
How lovely is this year, Hannah? Because we've got it in colour.
I know, do you know what? It doesn't look real, does it?
Well, it just looks so content, doesn't it? It looks so fluffy and content. And every other year we've had sort of a nighttime camera that shows us these animals in black and white. So, oh, there's all sorts of things crawling. Can you see? Can you see how much it's crawling, that nest?
There's all sorts of things in there, but we do also have
some chicks.
4 chicks in there amongst the crawling things, and we still have 1 egg in there. That egg might hatch. I mean, the last one did hatch a couple of days ago, and like
is she going to get up? Go on, get up. We want to see them. But that's another thing.
Oh,
Hannah, so often when we have barn owls, we put a camera on them when they're much bigger. And this year we've had a camera on them since they've been eggs. So, you know, we've seen them absolutely tiny. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen such tiny barn owl chicks before on the programme. So that's really good as well.
They are absolutely tiny, aren't they? I mean, it doesn't even look like a chick there, does it?
But as I say, when you look closely in colour, you can see all of those little creatures sort of in the nest. I mean, and you just think, how much does that smell? I mean, that must be absolutely revolting, mustn't it? It's like the siskins with all of their faeces that was coming out on the side of the nest. It's minging, isn't it? Let's be honest.
But we love it. We love it.
You wouldn't want to be in that nest, Hannah. Come on.
I would. I'd stay in that nest if I got to cuddle a barn owl.
What, with all the fecal sacs all over you?
One night only.
I think we have a quick look at our barn owl as well, because there it is live. I'll tell you what, the adults are gorgeous. I mean, from your LBJs, 2 of them, that is a BBJ, a big brown job, sort of. Little brown job, big brown job.
I know where you're going.
You know where I'm going. Look at the heart-shaped face, though. Beautiful. And then look at the face of that chick. I mean, how does that rather alien-looking chick grow into such a beautiful bird? Look at the wiggle. Little wiggle on the bum there. As I say, they're really not the most attractive, are they? I mean, they're pink, they're not particularly pretty, but we adore them anyway.
Extraordinary, extraordinary. And of course, our barn owls. Barn owls now, most of them nesting in barns and boxes, but they would have been nesting in hollow trees and in cavities in rocks. Why are they doing this? Well, quite simply because it protects them from predators. Well, whilst it does that, it does leave them open to other problems.
It certainly does. So let's take a look at our barn owl. Beautiful barn owl. We've seen it in colour for the first time, that gorgeous heart face, but that's not what we're going to be focusing on. We're going to be focusing on inside the nest box. As Chris said, this is a man-made nest box, but look, there's loads of prey left there. Loads of dead things just sitting around being fed to those chicks. Little bits being taken off. Both adults doing really well, bringing in plenty of prey. And look at the size of the prey compared to the size of the chick. This was a few days ago. The adult goes out, but just look, the chick is left with that enormous bit of prey. Tries desperately hard to swallow it in one. We've seen this before, haven't we? You wonder whether it's ever going to get it down. Well, it took 8 minutes before it managed to scoff the lot. Head first, tail last. And then once it's all down, it almost looks like it's just going to fall over with the weight of it all.